Hey there, little flashbag. Welcome back to Curious or Just Foolish, the show where you watch danger from the safety of your phone, while I tell you exactly why you should never leave your house again. Today, I want to introduce you to a place so beautiful it looks like it came straight from a travel influencer's Instagram. Except if an influencer ever went there, they'd die before posting the photo, which honestly might improve Instagram. Anyway, let me tell you about the island humans now call Snake Island. And yes, the name is exactly as subtle as it sounds. Off the coast of Brazil, about 93 miles out, there's a tiny island covered in thick green tropical forest. Crystal water, golden sand, birds singing, a perfect untouched paradise. Mortals saw it and went, "Wow, let's go there." So the Brazilian Navy said, no, stay away. And when a government says don't, you creatures get curious, but trust me, as this time they're right. Step on that island and something ends your weekend instantly. And it all starts with a fisherman. Let's rewind to the early 1900s. One day, a local fisherman is out on his little boat near this island. He sees, right at the forest edge, a bunch of banana trees overflowing with big ripe bananas, like an all-you-can-eat buffet. And our man thinks, oh, this is perfect. I'll grab some bananas, be home by dinner, flex on everyone in the village. Easy. Mortals, you always think things will be easy. But you never ask the important questions like, why hasn't anyone else grabbed these bananas? Or why does this beach look suspiciously empty? But no. He parks his boat, anchors it, and struts onto the sand like the main character of a survival show he's definitely not qualified for. He climbs a banana tree, starts hacking down bananas, living his best life, and then, mid-chop, he feels a sharp stab in his ribcage. He falls out of the tree, hits the ground, and immediately sees blood soaking through his shirt. He looks around for a branch or a rock or some other nature-said-no type of injury. Nope, just pain and blood and the unsettling feeling that something is watching him. He panics, drops the bananas, sprints to the boat, starts rowing back to the mainland like his life depends on it. Spoiler, it did. Somewhere along the way, he collapses. Hours later, other fishermen find his boat drifting aimlessly. They climb in, and there he is, our banana enthusiast, dead, lying on his back, drenched in blood, and no one understood what happened. Not yet. Fast forward 2 decades, Brazil assigns a lighthouse keeper to the island. You know, a guy whose entire job is don't let ships crash. He brings his wife and kids with him because what's the worst that could happen? Ha ha. Mortals. At first, everything seems fine. They settle into the lighthouse, unpack, live peacefully. And then one day, passing ships notice something strange. The lighthouse is dark, no light, no signal, no activity. And when the thing whose only job is to shine a light stops shining, people get worried. A rescue team heads over to investigate. They hike up to the house. The door is closed but not locked. Inside, it's perfectly quiet. Too quiet. And then they find the lighthouse keeper, his wife, his children, all lying dead in their beds. No signs of a fight, no struggle, no broken furniture, no blood on the walls, just dozens of tiny puncture marks on their bodies and an open window. Something climbed inside, something small, something silent, something deadly. And at this point, the Brazilian government said the same thing all mortals say when they realize nature has outplayed them. Nope, absolutely not. Seal it off. Nobody goes here anymore. Now, technically, the fisherman and the lighthouse family didn't die from the punctures themselves. They died from a poison so strong, it melts your internal organs within 60 minutes. And before you ask, no, there's no diet pill that works that fast. This is strictly you are dying energy. This venom belongs to a creature known as the Golden Lancehead Viper. This snake is so rare, so deadly, and so aggressive. It literally exists nowhere else on Earth except this one island. Let me repeat that. Nowhere else. Just this one island. Because nature looked at this tiny piece of land and said, yes, this is where I'll put the murder noodles. And since no humans lived there, the snake population exploded. Researchers say there are now at least 3,000 of these vipers on the island. Some even estimate 5,000 plus. But here's the nightmare fuel. The island is so small that statistically, for every single square meter there is at least one deadly snake, meaning if you step on the island, one is beside you, one is behind you, one is under a rock near you, one is in the bushes next to you, and one is watching you from a tree branch like, dinner? Oh yeah, they climb trees now, because their main food source is birds. So instead of waiting on the ground like normal snakes, these demons decided to become aerial predators. So yes, mortal, if you ever go there, you won't just look down for danger. You'll look up, and sideways, and behind you. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, if you go to Snake Island, your neck will be working harder than your brain. Nowadays, the only two visitors allowed are 1. Brazilian Navy crews. They come once a year to replace the lighthouse batteries. They wear protective gear, stay for as short as possible, and leave faster than a mortal runs when their microwave catches fire. 2. Scientists. Very rare, very cautious, and usually leave very traumatized. But of course, you still have those brilliant little flesh bags who think, what if I pick up one of the deadliest snakes on Earth and sell it for $10,000 to $30,000? And you know what happens to most of them? They die. I thought there was a name for that. Oh yes, natural selection. Because these snakes are not pets, they are not some cutie babies. Okay, maybe they are cute. But they're also living syringes filled with organ-melting juice. Brazil has permanently banned visitors. They patrol it, fine people for trying, and occasionally rescue a fool who thought they were the main character. But the truth is, you can't really rescue someone from Snake Island. If you get bitten, you have 1 hour to find the antidote. Considering the island is 93 miles offshore. Yeah, you're not making it back. Even I wouldn't take those odds, and I'm basically immortal. Is it beautiful? Yes. Is it unique? Absolutely. Should you ever go there? Only if you have a death wish, or you're filming a really insane apology video. As for me, I'll stick to telling the stories. Good night, little mortal. Hope to see you next week when my true crime marathon starts.